folks? Great start to the week. Great night for some Rocket League. We are here rocking finals. We are in finals. We're done with the regular season. We're here starting out with Amy. I am joined by the wonderful Sauce Boss 36 here sitting in the casting seat with me. We got SavedHawk producing. Gonna be a great night. Sauce Boss, what's up? Welcome to the stream. How you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic. Had a great night of Rocket League myself, and now we get to go on to the long-awaited amateur tier final, the first final of every season. So it gets down to the nitty-gritty on who's going to come out on top.
Yeah, no, I had a interesting night of Rocket League myself. Been sweating it out in Dev League, and then subbed for the rival tier, and was in way over my head. But we had a great time, and we're gonna have a great time here tonight too. Garlic Knots, Legionary, neither of them strangers to playing on stream. Neither of them strangers to each other. Match day 10, they showed up right here on Twitch, fighting it out. They went 2-2. So they're going to see what happens tonight, though. There has to be a winner tonight. It's going to be crazy. We got 30 of y'all in the chat. Just want to shout out. We're looking for the subs. We're looking for the follows. We're growing ever so slowly, but we appreciate all of y'all being here. Get your predictions in. We're going to get to these teams in a second, but let's do something crazy, Sauce Boss. No stats, just gut, just instinct. What's your prediction for tonight?
You know, Both of these teams they played twice, and they went 2-2 on stream, and then they played again in match day 3, and it went 3-1 Garlic Knots. The Garlic Knots have a strong team, but I mean, it's so close between these teams. I don't see anything else but a game 7, and I'm gonna have to give it to Garlic Knots. They just kind of seem to have a little more well-rounded team to counter a little bit, so we'll have to see how that plays out.
Yeah, no, great prediction. It's going to be really interesting. Jayboaah, J-Dog, Ryzor, Twisted Dad, all excellent players in their own right. I'm not going to discount Legionari, though. You got RL Camaro, Rocket Girl, Sticks, and BeanBornito, which is it's a great username, but Rocket Girl, RL Camaro right behind J-Dog and Jayboaah in standings, in player standings. But before we get into players, let's talk teams. My prediction, I think Legionari takes it, but I do think we're going to game 7 here. Garlic Knots 37-19 record, Legionary 32-24. Relatively even across all these stats here, but check out that shot percentage, 37.8 and 37.76. So one round's down, one round's up. We can balance them out at 37.8. These teams shoot, man. We got some shooters on this team.
Yeah, we do indeed. And it still leans it's not a heavy lean, but it's a decent lean in favor of the Garlic Knots. They're getting a little bit more shooting and definitely coming out with those goals for just helping them out a little bit. But the thing I also want to note here that's not on the sheet there, but on the schedule, the last 5 match days for both of these teams has gone 10-10 for the Garlic Knots, and Legionari has gone 12-8. It's in. It's going to be really incredible to see which team is really going to get the momentum, and it's really going to come from these shots that we see right here.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's really going to come down to who can break through that defense. You look at goals versus relatively low for the ceiling, for the season, 109, 126. Goals for obviously leading above goals versus, so they got a positive shot ratio. More shots from the Garlic Knots, though, so maybe we're going to see that aggression come into play earlier here. But let's get into the players here. Going to be really interested. Or before it's Save Talk, your choice. We can look at the bracket too, see how we got here. But let's look at players here. So starting off, we got J Dog, 55 games, 65 goals, over a goal per game. Shot percentage almost a crazy 40%. Crazy. 64 saves too. So he's pretty balanced here. 65 and 64 on goals and saves. Right up behind him is Jayboaah, 137 shots and 53 goals from those shots. Puts him at a 38% shooting percentage. Crazy as well. And then Ryzor filling out the top three, though, 32%. All of these players at or above the average shot percentage for the league, for amateur as well. And then Twisted Dad, sort of that closer, that ringer, coming in here with a 47 shot percentage and boosting the stats for the team, too. Going to be kind of crazy here. Garlic Knots are they deserve to be here. They're definitely going to be fighters tonight.
Yeah, definitely going to be fighters and going with J Dog. He's been incredible all season. pretty high 92 RPV, tied for first in that stat category, but does lead in the SBV. So heavy offense for J-Dog tonight. Doesn't lead the league in goals yet, but he's very close. Right there with it. Heavy shot percentage as well, and creeping into 40% with the high 39. It's gonna be a lot of offensive action tonight.
Yeah, definitely. But let's look at the other side of the field here. Let's see what Legionari is putting forward here. Let's see how they've done from the last time they were on over 5 match days ago. Rocket Girl, 47 shot percentage as the leading shooter for the team, 153 shots on 56 games. Crazy work from Rocket Girl. We saw on match day 10, Jayboaah, J Dog, Rocket Girl, and RL Camaro were just exchanging punches left and right. So I'm expecting to see some duo play from those two, especially RL Camaro, 33% shot percentage, to right up there with just 4 less shots on the season from Rocket Girl. Those two are the guns for Legionari. They are the pistols that are going to be throwing that ball towards the back of the net. And then Sticks, though, rounding them out to 27% shot percentage, has played a lot more support, though, has played sort of that third man, keeping the pressure on. And then BeanBornito coming in to fill things out as the closer as well with a 40% shot percentage. Doesn't have a ton of play time, but he makes it count. Going to be crazy to see.
Yeah, it'd be crazy to see. Both of these fourth players are coming in with these crazy high shot percentages. Maybe we'll see some action from them tonight if things go crazy. But Rocket Girl, I also want to really highlight her stats with the goals. She is currently tied for first and also leading in saves in that category. So they're doing incredible. Like, we've got two of the highest offensive production players on the field tonight. It's really going to be a toss up on who can take it.
Yeah, no, it's going to be super exciting. And if you're in contender, watch out because you're going to see a lot of these names here probably in your tier next season. But speaking of seasons, let's get this postseason thing started here. Unless we want to run through the bracket saved, your choice. But we got 40 of you in the chat. We're going to try and get started here. I think we're just going to go right into it. Sauce Boss, if you want to say go, go, go in chat and get these guys going. I know people are excited. We're going to get things going here. Garlic Knots, Legionari fighting through the bracket, getting into the playoffs here as we're going to get started. They're logging in. They're getting ready to kick off. Welcome to RSC. Welcome to finals. Welcome to amateur.
Yeah, welcome to amateur indeed. Number 3 seed Legionari coming in here, looking to prove a point on they should have been rated higher, should have done a little bit better in the regular season. And then you've got the Garlic Knots number 1 seed, absolutely dominant throughout the whole season, and they're trying to put a icing on the cake right here to not quite perfect season, but a fantastic one, as they've had almost every single season in the storied amateurs here.
Yeah, and I'm sure both these teams have watched that last stream replays. We see a shot come from Ryzor off the crossbar. Doesn't make any contact, unfortunately, with the net, but that's going to drop down mid. But both teams absolutely probably did some replay review, watched their streams. They went 2-2 on stream in match day 10 against each other, and that was a slugfest. With midfield here, creates a shot opportunity for Twisted Dad. Twisted Dad starting on the top three. It's kind of interesting. We know Twisted Dad, when they played match day 10, had a crazy, crazy couple of goals to get Garlic Knots that last win. So we'll see maybe if that's going to, or sorry, Legionari. Yeah, Garlic Knots that last win. We'll see what happens there.
We'll see what happens right here, and Ryzor is going to kick it off in the opening match for the first goal. Just a slot ski right in the bottom right. Perfect location. Any further left, and that probably could have gotten saved by Stick, but not quite. And they're going to have themselves the first lead of the season, or this finals matchup.
Yeah, first lead here with just over a minute off the clock there as that ball's going to go to the corner. J-Dog going to be looking for a setup from his teammate. Gets a pass mid. No one's there. Rocket Girl knocks it away, though. Gets denied the shot opportunity. He had both his teammates waiting for that shot, but Rocket Girl was just a little bit too fast. Got the read. But that ball's going to go right back to J-Dog in the corner. They're going to let Rocket Girl try and get a setup here as a quick pop mid. There's Sticks looking for the shot. Gets blocked back to the corner, and Twisted Dad's going to clear it away. Just throws it back to RL Camaro, who I don't think was quite ready for it as it goes straight up there.
Yeah,
off the mid bar here. Here comes J-Dog, gets 50 by Rocket Girl, and Rocket Girl just kind of bullies the opposition here, throws that ball back midfield where her teammates are just kind of waiting. RL Camaro is going to be looking for something here. Pops mid, there's Sticks, gets the whiff and pops mid here. And what's your impression so far? We're 2 minutes in game one lead, but what are you thinking?
it's a little odd. I haven't seen too much from the two-star players yet so far, and it just hasn't really gone either of their way right now. J-Dog hasn't put up too much of a fight right now, and neither has Rocket Girl. We haven't seen any big plays yet, but what we have seen is we've seen Twisted Dad and we've seen RL Camaro kind of filling those main roles for him right now. Maybe not putting all the shots on, but they are keeping pressure in several different ways. Just RL Camaro being in the right spot at the right time, playing a little bit wider, it's been helping out his team try and build some pressure a little bit harder. And Twisted Dad's kind of been in the right spots as well, blocking the shots, blocking any opportunity to build what they could have. And it's really surprising seeing these players become the stars so far in the first couple of minutes.
Yeah, a lot of pressure coming from Garlic Knots here as they try and get a score going here. Rocket Girl carries it through, though, and gives their team some breathing space, but it comes right back. Ryzor gets the catch, throws it back down to Twisted Dad, and you're 100% right. Twisted Dad had some great goal line stands there just a couple seconds ago, keeping that goal differential up at 1. And there's a shot right there from J-Dog. That's going to go in past all the defenders that were just kind of floating awkwardly here. RL Camaro doesn't quite get the touch that he wants. Rocket Girl, a little miscommunication there. J-Dog is going to throw it up and go up 2-0.
Yeah, that's just a major mistake right there. it is only game one, but that's something you'd like to iron out a little bit earlier if you can. And it's just a little bit tragic when that does happen, colliding with your teammate. But I got to give my props to Twisted Dad. I highlighted him earlier, but he's definitely putting on a show right now. Got that assist right there. Been doing fantastic. And this one nearly gets over to Ryzor as he clears it away. And J-Dog back in the offense. It seems like they're just working together a little bit more cleaner than Legionary is right now, and it seems like it's just they're covering a lot more space on the field compared to Legionary, who's only really able to make a big clear and then hold offense for a little bit before it is eventually lost.
Yeah, and almost a goal there from J-Dog as that goes screaming across the neck. J-Dog has been excellent managing the 50s in the plays here. As he goes for a crossboard shot here off the backboard. His teammates up with him. That's going to leave their third a little exposed here. They might get an opportunity for a goal here as that comes screaming down. Twisted Dad playing defense with Ryzor. Now looking for a shot as that comes across the net. Their teammates aren't there to get it finished. Ryzor has been putting shots left and right, looking for his teammates to fill the net there.
Yeah, Twisted Dead putting it on target, and then we've seen a few passes go over the middle just a little too high for either of these teams. So they are looking for each other and looking for their teammates, and they're just not able to keep the ball down low enough to find it. Here's an opportunity for RL Camaro. Goes right over the middle. It's exactly what Legionary needed to try and find a way to get on the board here late. But with time ticking down and only 3 seconds left, it looks like Garlic Knots are going to take game number 1 in the amateur finals.
Yeah, crazy good performance from Garlic Knots here. Just kind of dominant on controlling the flow of the game. J-Dog, Twisted Dad, and Ryzer all excellent players there to get that figured up here. We look at just general offensive pressure. Garlic Knots, 89 touches on the ball, 10 more than Legionary. You look at shots, 7-1. Holy crap. Garlic Knots controlling the offense in this matchup.
Yeah, definitely controlled the offense. Biggest thing I noticed Legionary was just having the communications issues coming together, and it really limited their number of passes that they were able to connect on. And Garlic Knots definitely took advantage of what they were given. Twisted Dad made some fantastic touches to put it over the middle and just create a little bit of space for his teammates to make a play with it. Didn't show up on the stat sheet a ton, but all those 20 touches were fantastic to help out. And then J Dog doing what he does best, playing the offense and getting those, being the enforcer, getting those goals where he needs them.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it's early in the series here. It's a a best of 7. So we're going to see these teams. They're used to playing 4 games. They're going to go a little bit. They're going to have to go, a little bit longer tonight. They're going to have to play a little bit harder for a lot longer. And we are going to get into game 2 and get wrapped up here. It looks like our stream issues have resolved, guys. Thanks for bringing it to our attention. We're doing our best here, but we're going to get started on game 2. Garlic Knots, Legionary looking to respond here. Going to go into kickoff number 2 and see what happens here.
Yeah, and I've noticed already at the start they decided to swap out Twisted Dad. A little surprising right there, but maybe it was something they felt like they could have changed a little bit. Or it could be another strategy that we saw out of a couple of prospect teams already where they like to swap out their players no matter the series score, no matter how the last previous game went. And maybe we'll see if that's what they were planning on right now, because they immediately swapped out Jayboaah after a pretty dominant first game. And we'll see if this also plays out well for them, as Jayboaah is already making his presence known, getting a few decent touches. This one does get over Ryzor, but J-Dog just waiting right where he needs to be. RL Camaro getting a perfect location. Sticks able to pop in right there. Rocket Girl looking for a shot of her own. Off to the middle. Ryzor in the perfect spot at the right time. And again, ping-ponging straight into the back of each other's nets, just not able to completely get it in there. A perfect demo by Jayboaah is going to set up the first goal here in game 2.
Yeah, RL Camaro not able to control that touch in the corner. Sets it up for J-Dog. J-Dog gets the angle, but it's Jayboaah who makes that scoring opportunity happen, getting the demo on the net there. Garlic Knots with another lead. 1 goal, just over a minute, just like last time.
Yeah, just like last time, starting it off pretty quickly. And the Legionary just got to find a way to keep pounding the back of the backboard, force Garlic Knots to get a little awkward, and also clean up these communication issues. Saw another double commit come out right there, where a little bit of issues right there could have cleaned up, but Rocket Girl's going to finally gain some offensive production right here, getting her first goal and tying up the game and the first goal for Legionary today.
Yeah, Rocket Girl saw as soon as that ball bounced in and she was passed to that ball was going in, put it right on the side, gave nobody a chance to do anything about it, put that team back up, tied up here. Rocket Girl's going to be looking for a challenge here. She goes for boost instead, leaving it for her teammate, RL Camaro. RL Camaro's going to turn it to Rocket Girl. What a 50 from Jayboaah, though. That's going to bounce down, and Ryzor's going to throw that in the net. No, crossbar read and a block by Sticks, and that ball goes wide. Unfortunate, but the shot's right back, and Rocket Girl has to save it again. That ball's going to go float high here, and Jayboaah is looking for maybe another corner shot. Doesn't get the angle that he wants, though. But what a decent defensive stand by Sticks, though. Kind of awkward, kind of not in the right place. Still managed to get his body in front of the ball there and block that shot.
Yeah, impressive stand right there. Saw an absolute laser go back the other way for Legionary. Just barely survived one right there. But now the off pressure is building on them once again. It's going to be really tough for them to get out here, as J-Dog, Ryzor, and Jayboaah are just coming in back to back to back, one after the other, and then they get a huge clear back the other way, just forcing somebody to make a save in awkward situations. Dunk by J-Dog nearly goes in, just a little bit too high. Stick back over the middle, but no one's there to receive it. Rocket Girl's going to have to keep clearing it out and hope something falls over the middle. Great touch by Rocket Girl, sets up RL Camaro for something. Pass over the middle, Sticks already up, looking for a pass, and Sticks barely able to slot it into the top right, and they're going to take their first lead.
What a team play. Rocket Girl getting the setup for RL Camaro here. RL Camaro, knowing that he's beat on the side, throws it mid, and Sticks has the patience to wait and throw it in. This is Amy? What are we doing here? Where's the ball chasing? Where's the double commits?
Yeah, we're not seeing a whole lot of double commits. Only a few situations from both teams, and it's pretty well controlled. Not too many disadvantages from those double commits either. So they're playing pretty well, or just a little bit safe. But here's a mistake right here, just over the middle. It's hanging right there. J-Dog able to control himself a little bit, and Jayboaah almost owned goals right there. Nearly could have been disastrous for them, going down to 2 with still over a minute left to go. but they're going to hold on for now, but they have to get out of defense somehow. And now the mistakes are starting to just show a little bit here for the Garlic Knots, just trying to panic a little bit, trying to get the ball out of their half as a shot after shot nearly goes in. Arl Camaro looking for one of his own around J-Dog, but just not quite above Jayboaah either. Pass over the middle, Stick is putting it on target, but two come together to save it away, and this offensive pressure is not going away.
Yeah, no, the ball finally gets going, but there's Rocket Girl to throw it right back in. Says, nah, we're not done yet. She's going for a fake to try and get a touch here. Awkwardness from Garlic Knots, and you saw that panic that they had just a couple seconds ago because nobody had boost. And Legionarii did a really great job of starving them of boost, preventing them from getting a rotation set up. Oh no, this might be an own goal or an open net opportunity. There it is, off the corner. Stick's gonna throw it in and just extend that lead. Garlic Knots just kind of caught off guard. Jayboaah left out and then bullied by Sticks as that goes through.
Yeah, I believe Legionari's starting to figure out Garlic Knot's uh, just issue or their main weakness right here. It's just banging the ball on net. All they have to do is hit the ball towards the net, and eventually they're going to break through the defense. And it's just really a matter of time. They aren't holding out a whole lot, but those big clears are creating a lot of space and a lot of potential opportunities to score.
Yeah, no, 100%. And we look at RL Camaro and J-Dog. I'm going to talk about these two players as we go back and forth here, but maybe not. Ryzor looking for a shot here. Gets blocked by Rocket Girl. RL Camaro, we just saw his POV a little bit ago. He's super patient on the ball. He tried to get it around 1 and tried to get it around 2. He was able to put that ball kind of where they weren't, but J-Dog is mastering the 50s too. Keep an eye on that because we're going to go into a couple more series. As the teams get more comfortable with each other, a shot comes in and Rocket Girl knocks it out. But as I was saying, RL Camaro and J-Dog are going to be causing some trouble for each other based on their own playstyles as they get more comfortable playing against each other.
Yeah, they're starting to get a little more comfortable, and we're still not. We're still seeing a. We are seeing a lot of offensive production from J Dog and Rocket Girl. Big difference from the last game, where they were a little quiet off the start, but they're doing absolutely fantastic right now. And Stick showed up huge in this game with 414 points of his own, 2 goals, 2 saves, and almost getting every single shot on into the net. Just only one getting saved away. So the production between Rocket Girl and Stick is just fantastic right now, finding each other.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna stall for a little bit. SavedHawk, you can let us know, but we are gonna try and get that stream working for you guys. So we're gonna keep talking about these teams here. Uh, 86 touches from Legionari, which produced 3 goals from them, as well as 3 goals on 10 shots. So again, 30%, 33% shot percentage as a team. And then unfortunately, 9-1 for Garlic Knots, not quite able to match that same production. Um, we might be stuck with the stream, guys, so just bear with us as we get through it here. Yeah. So we're gonna keep it going here. Apologize for the graininess. We're getting our bit rates fixed, but we want to keep this thing going for you guys. We're loading back into game 3 now. We're tied up 1-1. Legionary Garlic Knots going head to head in the finals. I think we're gonna see game 7 here.
Like I said, I think we're going to see game 7 as well. It's really just going to become who can get that final game 7 win. It's really, it's don't know which way it's going to go. We saw 2-2 earlier from these guys. We saw 3-1 at the start of the season, but also Legionari are on a bit of a hot streak, going 12-8, doing 2 games better than Garlic Knots in the last 2 as well. So it's really a toss-up. I can't give either of these teams an advantage, especially after seeing these last 2 games and then going almost the complete opposite direction.
Yeah, no, for sure. And 12-8, what bumps are coming out by Jayboaah. We might see Garlic Knots getting a little more physical here, trying to get something going here. They realize that, hey, if we can't score on a net with a defender in it, remove the defender. And see how that plays out as they're going to be looking for a shot here. What a cut, what an angle, what a block by Stick. Knocking that down from, I believe that was Jayboaah looking for a score there. RL Camaro's going to come up here, get met by Ryzor. Ryzor pouring on the aggression, looking for a downfield pass there as J-Dog comes in again, keeping that pressure on. Jayboaah fakes it, throws it into the net. No one's back. Maybe a communication bust. Let's see what happened here. Sticks just got beat, and J-Dog is going to throw it in. Jayboaah, almost acting as the defender there, lets that one in, and that's going to put Garlic Knots up 1.
Yeah, great placement by J-Dog, getting a little bit of arc on his shot, getting it over top of Stick, who had full boost, and then I believe his Rocket Girl just didn't have enough time to get back before it went in. So perfect speed, perfect placement, and it worked out well for them. And we've already seen the different leads by both teams. We've seen different games go off. We're gonna see if either of these teams can take a controlling lead and then hold on to it like we did in both of the previous games, or if we're gonna maybe see a little bit of a switch up here in game 3 on if either of these teams can go band for band and shot for shot. RL Camaro looking for his one, but not quite, just a little bit too far away. Stick has an opportunity right here, but a little too high, a little too far away, not able to get to it. Ryzor on low boost. We'll see if RL Camaro can control it. Does clean it up pretty well, and a lot of space here for Stick to try and get up to it. He is going to meet Ryzor up for the 50. RL Camaro already up, looking for the backboard. He's gonna hit it. Rocket Girl trying to follow up, just not strong, not a strong touch, or not able to clean it up for the hard shot. RL Camaro keeps searching here, circling the net, trying to find anything he can before it gets cleared out back to Rocket Girl, and they start the offensive possession yet again.
Yeah, off the bar there, almost a goal there. Rocket Girl looking for that shot, gets blocked by Ryzor. Rocket Girl, just a little unfortunate, didn't quite get the power that she wanted on that shot. Would have been a beautiful team play like we saw back in game 1. But that ball's going to float mid. Rocket Girl looking for a shot, gets blocked by Jayboaah. Sticks going to leave it for RL Camaro. RL Camaro's got 2 in the corner that he's got to fight through, but he's got Stick there waiting to leave it in. Ball's bouncing mid. Awkward misflip by both of them, and Sticks just can't really do anything with it. We talk about these two teams right at the start of this series. We talk about their offensive prowess, so it's really going to come down to who is able to last long enough on defense. We talked about how last game they got a little bit in trouble. Garlic Knots in trouble again here with low boost situations and having to continue to defend, and that ball goes wide off a touch by Rocket Girl. Had a great scoring opportunity with Ryzor in the net with no boost, and that ball's going to bounce mid. They might get some breathing room here, but RL Camaro's got boost and a plan. As he throws it down, he's going to be looking. He gets bumped, and J-Dog is going to throw a wrench in his plans as that comes down mid again, and it's going to bounce to the corner.
Yeah, Garlic Knots are really struggling to get this ball out of their own half. They've done fairly well in keeping it out so far, but they are struggling on getting the proper touches. And this is their first opportunity here getting the ball out, but they are all on 0 boost, and RL Camaro is going to be able to get a little bit of control here. Gets it around 1, gets it around 2, and they're going to tie it up.
What a touch by RL Camaro. We got air dribbles happening in amateurs. He pops it up here and gets a second touch, just enough to carry it through. That's going to go in and tie it up 1-1, just over a minute left, and we're going to see probably some crazy stuff happening here as both teams are going to turn that dial way up on the aggression, trying to get the win here.
Yeah, Garlic Knots were able to withstand a strong offensive possession from Legionary, but it was just not long enough. They finally got out of their half and then let the defense just slip just a little bit. But Garlic Knots are going to find it back, and there's only a minute left on the clock.
Yeah, RL Camaro gets beat on that 50. Jayboaah leaves it, and Stick has to go and try and make a play and just gets beat. They put it where he wasn't, which is the back of the net. Ryzor gets the game-leading goal. They're up with a minute left, and they've got possession and favorable field position right now as they're going to try and set up maybe another one here. 50 off the corner. J-Dog's going to be looking for it. His teammate's throwing it to the side here. RL Camaro's got to throw it out. 42 seconds left. It's coming across the net again, and no one's there to shoot it. Rocket Girl, though, gets met by J-Dog, and we talked about those two at the beginning of this series, too, right? How we were going to see these guys go back and forth and back and forth. J-Dog, Jayboaah, Ryzor, Stick, and RL Camaro and Rocket Girl. Crazy matchup with some crazy players here, and it shows it in that these teams are not performing to their individual stats because they're so aggressive with each other. They're not giving each other the opportunities to make something happen.
Yeah, not giving each other opportunities to happen. Arl Camaro had an opportunity right there. Goes a little bit wide. Ryzor misses. This one could go in. It's going to hold off. It's right on the goal line. That was the opportunity. The Legionary had it right there.
Absolute heartbreak for Legionary as they don't get to tie that up on a crazy set of whiffs. RL Camaro got a beautiful touch. Rocket Girl just a little bit too far in front of the ball, not able to make that go into the back of the net. Garlic Knots are going to sneak away after being down most of the match. They're going to sneak away with a 2-1 win and go up 2-1 on the series. And I know Legionary is going to be hurting and hunting for that next win.
Yeah, they got to be hunting for this next one. They had it. They saw success, and it was right there on the goal line to tie it up to force overtime, but they just could not find it, and they were just right there. It was seemingly inches away. And I believe seeing from their offensive pressure earlier in that game, they had a solid minute and a half at least of just straight offense that I believe they can definitely clean up. Just a few more accurate shots to put on net, and one of those is going to go in because they're getting it around the defense time and time again, but they just aren't able to get it around.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
as I was speaking, the server crashed. So we are going to have a
Rocket
reset
League.
to the server. We'll see if that affects anybody, but there are still plenty of matches to go around.
Yeah, we are going nowhere, guys. Stick around. We're going to get right back into it. Garlic Knots still, despite being up 2-1, are only halfway to victory here. We still potentially have 5 more games to play, depending on how Legionary answers back against this 2-1 deficit.
Actually, I believe it's oh wait, actually no, it is a potential 5. It's
Well,
always
you
crazy
want.
seeing these 7. It feels like this is already the last game going into game 4.
Yep.
But no, we're in the finals. We get game 7 potentially.
Finals, baby. And I know you and I both want 7 games here because we love watching these guys play. They are just playing their absolute hearts out here. You know, you're playing for the glory. You're playing for those emojis on the Discord. We're gonna get right back into it once everybody's loaded in here. I think we're gonna just wait on them for us. I'm good to go. Are you good to go, Sauce?
I am good to go. Let me let them know they are ready to go, and we'll be. Actually, you beat me to it.
I did. I'm psyched. I am amped up. I want to see these guys just go ahead and send some rockets downfield here as we set up for kickoff number 4 in this series. 2-1 Garlic Knots. That ball is going to go back to the corner here, back into Garlic Knots territory again. And Garlic Knots have been winning most of the kickoffs in this series, but it's their ability to do something with it that's really going to have to make something happen for them. As an awful whiff from the defender leaves that ball floating across. Jayboaah doesn't have the boost to do anything with it. Unfortunately, he's going to leave it for J-Dog. J-Dog's going to be looking to keep that pressure up and throw that ball onto the Legionary side as it comes rolling up towards mid. Jayboaah's up for the touch. There it is. Rocket Girl, patient as always, waiting in the back line on that back post rotation like she's been trained to do, like none of us really do. I always miss my back post rotation, but knocks it clear, throws it down to the corner again. RL Camaro, we're watching them play out now as they try and get something going here. Rocket Girl throws it, a shot blocked by J-Dog back into the midfield here as Garlic Knots is going to be looking to respond. That ball is going to float kind of awkwardly. Shots up, there's the touch, and it just goes wide. Unfortunate for Garlic Knots, not able to make that, but Ryzor's up to keep it in. Massive pressure from the Garlic Knots here, looking for a shot to the corner. Gets bounced off the post and blocked by Rocket Girl, and J-Dog's there to say, no, we're not done yet. Tries to throw it back, fakes the touch, gives Ryzor time to get boost, and now Ryzor's going to get a chance with the ball as that goes mid for his teammate. Jayboaah is going to be looking for a shot, but Rocket Girl beats him to it. Back over to the corner again. Insane pressure from the Garlic Knots as we all get some breathing room now, and I need to take a breath because, wow.
Oh, wow, indeed. As we have another setup right here. Jayboaah just barely getting it out in time. Stick looking for another shot. The shots are coming one after the other. It seems like the offense is never giving up on either side. There's always a shot coming one way or another. But now defense for Legionary, they got to hold strong. Still 0-0, so we're off to a little bit more even of a start for both of these teams. And I haven't seen still not able to see really a clear indication of which team has figured out really anything because nobody's taking advantage of potential opportunities. But Legionary still trying to take advantage of big clears as Rocket Girl tries to clear one away. RL Camaro on low boost just has to 50 it out into the middle. Not able to do much of it at all. Stick able to clear it away just a little bit. And he surprised me as well as the other offensive capable person on their team. I thought it would have been coming out of RL Camaro, but haven't seen a whole lot so far except for his passes and shots which are super close to getting in but not able to follow it up. But he's gonna get an assist here. Rocket Girl's gonna put up the first goal here for game 4.
Yeah, Rocket Girl showing why she's leading the league in AMI for goals here as she throws it right across Jayboaah's face off a missed touch from RL Camaro that opened up that scoring opportunity, or sorry, off of sticks. RL Camaro, though, we just talked about how we're getting a lot of offense with this ball going back and forth off the backboard here. Almost a goal opportunity. That's going to come across. Who's going to get the save? It's Rocket Girl and RL Camaro working together to knock that one clear. What a save from Legionari on that one to maintain their 1-0 lead. But I was talking about RL Camaro. RL Camaro has been controlling that ball when he's got the touch on it. But what a team pinch that's going to go off the crossbar. I never get a thought out. The action's just nonstop. Ball goes wide, back down to Ryzor. Ryzor's going to be looking for his teammates. Gets a bump on Rocket Girl, tries to stop the problem, but doesn't get it. And Styx is going to go try for a scoring opportunity here as that gets knocked wide. I was saying before all this action happened, RL Camaro almost gets a shot off there, but RL Camaro has done a great job, like you said, controlling the ball, passing the ball, and setting plays up for his teammate. That RL Camaro and Rocket Girl combo we talked about early season, early game, produces results like it does right there. Rocket Girl gets the touch off Sticks and throws it in the back of the net. They're going to go up 2-0 with a minute 30 left.
Could have been a dangerous double commit. However, it's going to pay off. Rocket Girl's just able to send it. Don't even worry about a flick. Don't worry about a fake. Just send it, and it works out straight into the back of the net. And now they've got a 2-0 lead with a minute and a half remaining. We'll see if anybody from Garlic Knots is able to respond, but they have a little bit of space here on defense. Rocket Girl going to opt for the ball instead of the boost, and isn't going to get punished for it yet. Great 50 by RL Camaro. Like we've said, just a great job controlling right now, and that's really what they need, just to control it a little bit to keep out the opponent and prevent them from having possession of their own. But it's just putting them in fantastic situations. Rocket Girl trying to respond to Ryzor. Back over the middle, RL Camaro is going to be up first, does get the touch, and that's going to waste a lot of precious time for Garlic Knots as they have to work all the way back, and it creates these spaces where Legionari are able to bang the ball back into the other half and just waste more and more time that Garlic Knots absolutely are in desperate need for, as Rocket Girl gets denied on the line, and it's just going back and forth right now, and it's really going to be a tight one as time dwindles down for another potential tie in the series for Legionari.
Yeah, and what a fake there from RL Camaro as he tries to shave a couple more seconds off that clock. A crossbar backflip that almost goes in. Would have breathed some life into Garlic Knots here, but Garlic Knots, I think, are going to have to take this L and go down 2-2 on this series. And it seems like, with the exception of that one game where Garlic Knots was able to claw back their victory, it seems like it's a battle to score first, score second, and then hold on to that lead, as we've seen both these teams, again, the aggression coming out, the offense coming out, and then just trying to hold that line and ensure there's not a response or another scoring opportunity.
Yeah, definitely some scoring opportunities. But now that we've gotten to see 3 games with Jayboaah, what do you think about that switch up earlier after game 1 win by Garlic Knots? Was that the move they should have made, or should they have probably just stuck with Twisted Dad for maybe another game and see how it worked out? Because it didn't seem like it was too bad there early in the series.
No, I don't think it was too bad either. I think they wanted the aggression up front. We've seen Twisted Dad be a lot more of that sort of defensive third man back, kind of like hold the line kind of player. If I'm Garlic Knots and I'm losing by 2 goals, 1 goal, I'm thinking I want to throw Twisted Dad back in because you need that back line. J Dog, Jayboaah, and Ryzor, whoever you decide to keep in this lineup, has the aggression, has the offense, but they're getting beat on just the patience to clear that ball. You've seen a lot of panic commits on the goal line here. We might see him come back. They might stick with their original lineup here. They may have had a scheduling thing, but I don't see Twisted Dad in the lobby right now. So we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens, but it looks like Jayboaah is going to stick on the field here for game 5. We will be seeing a game 6, and all that matters is if it comes down to game 6 who wins and if we are going to go to overtime or to game 7 or not. And if like we're only 3 games away from a potential repeat of last year's finals where they went to game 7. I'm not sure if they went to overtime last year, but it was it's always incredible to see amateur go to a game 7 consistently year after year, or at least a game 6. They're always putting on a show no matter who is playing on that night.
Yeah, no, absolutely. An amateur, bottom tier here, but where most of the excitement is all the crazy plays happen when anything can happen here in AMI tier. So we're gonna see what happens here in Game 5. A whiff that might lead to a double. RL Camaro was looking for it. It gets blocked down by Jayboaah. Jayboaah is gonna leave it for Ryzor and his teammates. Ryzor gets the save on that. It's gonna be looking for his teammate to pop it over. Rocket Girl though is keeping the pressure on. Shot opportunity from RL Camaro gets blocked by J-Dog. That's gonna come back though and come right across the net where Ryzor's gonna bang it out. Sticks looking for a little more power on that. Might have put it into the open net.
Yeah, might have put it onto the open net, and it's still going their way. RL Camaro nearly finds his way in, but off the post. They're doing anything out of their way to keep RL Camaro out of the back of the net, and it's just amazing to see how close he's gotten. How many shots have gone his way as another one gets saved at the very last moment. All it would take is just someone being a second slower to that, and that is going in. He is desperately searching for anything as Jayboaah gets a block right there. Stick's not able to reel that one in. And this one's going to go back off the backboard. RL Camaro's going to have to try and read it. Actually, Stick gets there first. Rocket Girl comes together. And Stick's going to try to reel this one in. Not able to do it. And RL Camaro searching for yet another attempt. He's not going to find this one or get near enough at all before it gets cleared away. Rocket Girl still looking for the offense, trying to find it in the way. Blocked in the middle of the field. Stick's going to have a lot of momentum. And RL Camaro going to look for it again, just a little bit too slow to this one. And there's a potential breakout for Garlic Knots to get back into the offensive half.
Yeah, Sticks is there to try and slow things down, give his teammates time to recover. That's going to bounce mid again. Leaving that net open, RL Camaro's going to have to make a tricky touch here to throw it back to the side. Rocket Girl reads it and rotates back out. Back-to-back post. Sticks bombs it down. They might get it past, but Ryzor gets the catch. Awkward touch by Jayboaah. Moments before, J-Dog almost hit a double tap on the Legionary goal line. He's going to send that ball to the post here. Almost gets blocked. Sticks has to come back to it. But if we're seeing double taps in amateur, man, I might be an amateur here soon because I can't hit double taps.
Yeah, if I saw a double tap in amateur, I'd be going crazy. We don't see that in amateur at all. Or not really at all, but we just don't see it often. And if we do see it, it's always some crazy play that you never would expect to happen. As a dangerous hit all the way down, J-Dog was looking for a
Again,
double tap,
he was
not
looking
able to
for it.
come together for it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, RL Camaro has been excellent getting around defenders. He's been a perfect second man in this series. That ball's going to float in off a touch by Rocket Girl. They're going to go up. Legionarii is going to come take a late game lead here. What a pass by, I think that was Sticks that got it across there. Yeah, Sticks getting it across there to bounce it in for Rocket Girl. Rocket Girl making sure it goes in, getting that 1-0 score.
Yeah, Stick with a great shot, putting it on target, and then Rocket Girl able to finish it away before any defenders can get there. And now they're sitting in a good spot. We've seen the defense from both of these sides that's so good. Nobody's able to really take any offensive control or really take any huge possession control and take a game away. We've only seen a 2-goal lead at its height yet. And now we're going to have a tie game. J-Dog with a off the ceiling, able to read this one. incredible shot. Actually just reads the pass from the top, but gets a dunk on top for the goal.
Yeah, and you just saw the two top players go against each other there. Rocket Girl not quite able to get the angle on the 50 that she needed, and J-Dog punishing her for it, finally getting that connection that he wanted to throw it in the net. Another scoring opportunity gets knocked away by RL Camaro. That's going to go up the sidewall. J-Dog is going to be looking for it, looking for a doomsy, and he's going to get it? What? What's
We
happening here?
Did we
What
just
are we
see a
doing?
Doomsy in amateur
Brother,
on 0 boost?
demote me, man, demote me. What was that?
That was such a
Crazy.
clean one too.
Crazy play by J-Dog. Must have heard us talking and said, hey, let me show you why I'm still top here. Knocks it down, but our Rocket Girl's going to be looking to respond, trying to throw something back to it. RL Camaro going up here. RL Camaro's dangerous when he's got the ball and he's got time. He's got time right here to throw it down. Gets a mess of defenders wrapped up with him. Rocket Girl's going to be throwing it mid, looking for a pass, looking for a shot here. Here comes Sticks. Sticks throws it in. Ryzor's going to knock it back. They're under a minute left, and they've got to make something happen here. Unfortunate overcommit's going to leave a ball to roll in. We saw some flash from J-Dog. Now we're just seeing good old Rocket League and punishing mistakes as he's going to throw it across the defenders here and just let that ball roll in to extend their lead 3-1.
Yeah, just a classic mistake right there, pushing up a little too far. Two players in the same exact spot, get over them both, and it's done for. And with 40 seconds left, it's going to be really tough for this Legionary team to get past the defense of Garlic Knots. It's been so strong so far. They have found some opportunities, but then it always finds a way to get around one. And the shot placement right now, we are not seeing that 40% shot accuracy out of this team yet. It's been really low for them. I believe they're probably closer to 10%, even probably approaching single digits as they put on shot after shot. I believe everybody has at minimum 2, almost 3 shots each, and they're just not able to get it done yet.
Yeah, Jayboaah and J-Dog looking to put the cap on this game here. They get 2 close hits off the crossbars that don't go anywhere. That ball's going to drop down. Garlic Knots are going to break the tie here. They're going to be looking for the match finisher here going into game 5. Legionarii is going to have a response if they want to stay in and fight for this championship.
Yeah, they're gonna need a response, and they're gonna need a response now because they cannot lose a single game the rest of the series. If they lose even one game, it doesn't matter if it's game 6 or 7. No, no intentions there. Uh, it's gonna be over. They have to find a way to work that offense and work those passes in, and it's gonna take a lot of discipline not to jump the rotation and cut off your teammate. It's really gonna be a test of skills and patience right now.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think I see some brooms coming out from Legionari side, looking to get that sweep to finish it and take the lead here. But J Dog, last game, 3 goals on 5 shots, a 60% shooting percentage. 3 goals of the 3 from the Garlic Knots came from J Dog. J Dog putting the team on his back last game, getting that victory for them.
Yeah, late victory for them, but they pulled away in that last game. We're going to see if they can do it once again. And that offense, they definitely started to take advantage of the Legionary overcommits and the little mistakes that they've made. We've seen them make those small mistakes, but they haven't been able to be punished for it. And now we're going to see if Garlic Knots can continue to do that, or if we're going to be able to see a game 7. As this one goes right over the middle, a perfect opportunity from Rocket Girl, but she's been really struggling with the shot placement right now and she's not been able to find on target yet. I believe only 2 goals have come out of her so far, and
Yeah,
it's just going to really be a struggle.
Yeah, the 2 goals she's put on have been excellent work. She needs her team to sort of give her a little bit better setup, I think, and she's also just kind of running out of boost at the right moments here. Awkward pressure here from the Garlic Knots. That's going to leave the ball, though, for RL Camaro. RL Camaro sees the boost, and he goes for it. He's looking for a 50 here, gets it, going to drop it, waterfall down. Where's his teammate to throw it in? Gets the whiff. Going to leave it for Sticks, though. Sticks has to play last man back. Unfortunate from Rocket Girl. Rocket Girl had a dream setup like we were just talking about there, but she's going to get a pinch out out from RL Camaro here that's going to make Garlic Knots rethink their strategy. That ball is going to come back onto the blue side of the field. RL Camaro gets it around 1. It's going to be looking to drop it around 2. Drops it high and awkward for them. Response from Legionarii is going to be coming in off this sidewall read. There's Rocket Girl off the backboard looking for her teammate. Pops it for her teammate. Leaves it for Styx. Styx has to play it out to the corner and try and get another setup going as they don't quite get to capitalize on that brilliant move by RL Camaro and Rocket Girl.
And that's what we talked about, those mistakes right there. RL Camaro had a perfect opportunity to finally get himself a goal here, and it just got bounced away, and it's now going back the other way. So many mistakes, so many little mistakes that Legionary have made so far, and then they just haven't been able to get that offensive going, and then it just creates those opportunities for Garlic Knots as we just saw there, and that could be a critical goal, and it looks like we're gonna have a pause here as Stick just lost connection.
Yeah, they called it in time. I think we'll be okay here. It was just after a goal, right before kickoff. We're going to let this ball roll, get Sticks back in it. RL Camaro and Rocket Girl, we're going to have to remake the lobby, guys. So bear with us. We're going to get right back into it. But while they're getting that lobby remade, I'll tell the guys to leave. We'll get everything reset here, guys. Bear with us. We're going to get things going here. It's Rocket League. It's finals. It's chaotic. Anything can happen here. But what I was talking about, offensive pressure, Jayboaah and J-Dog. Synergy out the wazoo here in these series that we've seen. Just follow-up shots, passes, blocks, all of it. They seem to be doing it all for their team, and Ryzor is filling in the spaces in between too. Just the synergy of the Garlic Knots right now proving to be the dominant performance that's given them that series edge. And Legionary right now, we've seen in 2 games, hasn't quite been able to respond to it.
They haven't been able to respond. Oh, and it looks like he may have lost power.
Yeah, and
That
I think
that's
this is going to constitute a situation where we have to get that reset going. So bear with us, guys. Like you said, we're going to keep talking about it. We'll get things going here, but we're just going to get that lobby remade and get him back in. If he loses power, do we have the sub ready? I don't know. I don't think we had the sub locked in. They're probably going to get going here. That might actually be the spark though that they need with some fresh blood, and we might have Legionary with some fresh blood and energy be able to get something done. But it doesn't look like we can do mid-game subs though. Um, so that's if this isn't characteristic of amateur and just all the craziness that can happen, I don't know what else is. Person losing power, Doomsy dish, double taps, crazy, crazy crossbar hits and saves. What a night. What a night, Sauce Boss.
Yeah, what a night. And of course, it's always amateur that we see something new. Like now we have a tornado in the middle of a match, losing power because of it. It's just everything going out of their control, nothing they can really do. And all we can hope is that some miracle the power can come back on and it was just a power flicker, and hopefully he can come back because this was a really interesting matchup and there was still plenty of time for Legionary to come back, but this could really be just a really tough hit for them right now.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see what happens here. I'm not familiar enough with the rules to say whether or not they can run a 2v3. I've ran a 2v3 in regular season, which would also be crazy to see.
Yeah, really crazy to see. Not apparent. Looks like we still don't know yet, but it's it's always crazy. And I guess we can go over maybe some of the games that we've gone over before. We're not sure how long this is gonna last, if he's even gonna get the power back, and if we're gonna have to wait. Uh, just been incredible season for all of these guys so far.
Yeah. Well, if anybody can pull off a 2-3 challenge, it's definitely Rocket Girl and RL Camaro. Um, we're gonna have to see what happens here. We are going to get the remake set at the time and goal, so the conditions are going to be the same. It should be 3:30 with one goal for garlic knots, but the only outlier here is whether or not sticks can come back.
Yeah, and I believe they have a 10-minute opportunity, but we're gonna see also if we might be able to fix the bit rate on the stream. We're not 100% sure, but it looks like I believe we'd probably have to restart the stream if we did that. Not sure if we're gonna take that opportunity as we still wait. Uh, Probably gonna have to discuss that as well. There's so many new things that can happen. Like we've got the pause, we've got the discussion rule that if someone loses power in the middle of a finals, they might be able to swap in a player. But I don't know. There's gonna be a lot of new discussions, especially surrounding that admin tool being
Hmm.
able to reset.
Yeah, no, it's been kind of crazy. We are in that 5 minute grace period here as we keep talking. Save talk. I know you're working diligently in the background here. Tell us what's going to happen. Okay. So, unfortunately, given the limitations of the match admin and what we got going on here, they're not going to be able to reset exactly to the time. Garlic Knots are going to get their goal, well deserved, but there is going to be a 5 minute timer. A little bit awkwardness here, guys. We're working with Rocket League. We're working with the limitations that we got. Bear with us, but we're going to go back into this game here. If we don't have sticks coming back, it's going to be a 2v3 with 5 minutes or never mind, I am mistaken, guys. Live action, here it is. No editing. You're getting it fresh from the source. We are going to allow a sub, given that both teams have agreed to it. So we're going to go 5 minutes with a one goal lead from Garlic Knots and a mid game sub. Uh, you know what, man? I wouldn't have it any other way. Gotta love the sportsmanship between the two teams letting this play out. It looks like the lobby is back up, so we're going to try and get the teams back in here. Guys, thanks for sticking around with us. 65 of y'all. Most I think I've seen on stream this season, at least when I've been casting, which either means that I'm doing something right or you guys are just here to watch the gameplay. We got the game going right back. We're getting right back into it. Garlic Knots are up 1-0. They're up 1 on the series. We're going to jump right back into it as we get things going.
Yeah, I gotta give mad props to Garlic Knots for being okay with having a sub come in for this game, especially off the crazy circumstances. So always got to give good props for sportsmanship right there. And Garlic Knots are putting that on full display here. They do get the 1 goal advantage, and they are going to start with another full 5 minute clock yet to go due to the limitations of Rocket League. We love this game, and we love seeing big goals by J-Dog.
Yeah, you know what? That 5 minutes may just give J Dog more time to show off here. He gets a crazy flipper set goal off the slot of his car there, off the bottom of his car. But BeanBornito gonna have to get used to hearing that name. He's coming off the bench here, gonna be looking to breathe some life into Garlic Knots here as that ball rose to the side. RL Camaro looking to get around one, almost does. You can see that Jayboaah and J Dog and Ryzor are not letting RL Camaro get any kind of setups. They realized that they had just really had to shut him down. Otherwise, they were going to get some scoring opportunities pushed on them.
Yeah, getting pushed around right there, and now having that 2-0 advantage right now, it's going to be really important for them to hold on as long as they can. They still have 4 minutes yet to go, although really anything could happen. We've seen BeanBornito have some offensive pressure of his own, and with a pretty high shot accuracy so far on the season. Probably a little cold right now, hasn't gotten to play much, but we're going to have to see if if he's locked in right now and was ready to go when he was needed. Probably still wasn't able to see that one coming, and now they're going to have 3 go off the clock or go off the scoreboard.
Yeah, crazy work there by J-Dog again, putting the goals up here, getting a 3-0, and we're right back to the time we were. Garlic Knock's in a much better position. Instead of being up 1, they're up 3 with a full 3 minutes and 30 left to play.
Yeah, 3:30 left to play, and it's not over yet. You just got to get warm a little bit, and you got to play a little patient. RL Camaro trying to stay patient, just a little too much, and just missing the ball by inches. Not able to get it. Our Rocket Girl goes flying past. RL Camaro is going to put this one out into the corner, and he is going to get this one cleared out a little bit. BeanBornito looking for a high touch. RL Camaro is going to save it at the very last second, and they're just going to lose possession right here, not able to stay in line with it. And Rocket Girl just trying to do anything to get a touch on it, but it's going to be really awkward for Bean. And RL Camaro is going to have to make a big clear down the other side, and a big clear going back to the other side. We're seeing a lot of ping pong action right now.
Yeah, well, Garlic Knots are going to be looking to try either score or play Boomer Ball to make sure that they don't get set up here. Legionary is going to have to break out and get around these guys. RL Camaro is the perfect guy to do that, but he needs the rest of his team to come in too. Rocket Girl just barely misses boost. That's going to be unfortunate as she goes into this corner with 0, but still manages to get it around. RL Camaro is not there. He gets it back mid. Awkwardness here as the ball sort of floats down. Where's the pressure coming from? RL Camaro is going to try and throw it away again. Rocket Girl and J-Dog meeting together for the umpteenth time in this series, going back and forth with each other. RL Camaro takes the catch, throws it down mid, gets the catch again, has to try and get around J-Dog. BeanBornito and Rocket Girl both die, have to come back again. There's a shot off the corner. It's going to bounce wide. J-Dog's going to back pass to Ryzor. Ryzor looking for the shot, goes wide, looking for the setup again, doesn't quite get it. Uh-oh. Jayboaah has to come back and play hard defense, rush back here. Rocket Girl throws it to the corner for her teammate. That's going to bounce over. Looking for a shot here as it gets knocked away by Ryzor. Ryzor throws it mid again. RL Camaro, who's last back here? We got Rocket Girl looking for something here as she throws it midfield. Going to try and get a 50. Gets it off one. Gets it into the corner off the post. And there's her teammate to throw it back in. BeanBornito coming off the bench and making the first score for Legionary off a sidebar pass from Rocket Girl. The ding on the crossbar is going to haunt her, but thankfully the teammate's there to throw it back in.
BeanBornito comes in clutch, bringing them back within 2 and back within the realms of possibility of coming back in this game. It's always possible to come back, but getting that first goal is just really a sigh of relief after everything they've been dealing with right now. And he's again going to get a huge clear, setting up RL Camaro, who still has been struggling to get a goal of his own, and then BeanBornito straight off the bench gets one of his own. But really what they've been just dealing with is a struggle to get an accurate shot on the net, and it's been really hurting Rocket Girl's chances. And another one's going to go off the clock, or off the scoreboard, and back to a 3-0 or 3-1 lead.
Yeah,
And
3.
it's just
No,
it's
go
just a
ahead, keep
struggle right
going.
now.
It's just a struggle. You're 100% right. Unfortunate. RL Camaro and Rocket Girl and Sticks, and now BeanBornito, everybody's getting opportunities on the ball. They just can't get that finisher in. Really unfortunate for them. And then Jayboaah and J-Dog have just been punishing them for it. And a lot of that pressure, too, that has led Legionary unable to get that finish in is Ryzor playing some chaos in the back line too. You see him here going up for the ball, going to challenge RL Camaro and BeanBornito, get it across for his teammate. Rocket Girl has to come and play it out, looking for a counterattack here, gets the bump over one. It's awkward off the net. Where's her teammate? BeanBornito coming in off the 50, doesn't make it work. That's going to bounce back to the corner again, and RL Camaro has to go and play this 50, but here comes a shot from J-Dog that gets met by Rocket Girl. Man, you know what? If Rocket Girl and J-Dog ever get on the same team, that's going to be problematic, I think, for everybody in the league.
Yeah, maybe we'll see that in contender if they both get moved up, which I would highly expect the two of the highest players in a tier to get moved up. But with time dwindling down, we're gonna see another Garlic Knots championship. Congratulations to all 4 of those players. They all got involved tonight, especially in game 1. Twisted Dad got involved as well with a victory, and they're gonna have to enjoy this one, a hard fought victory in 6.
Yeah, and we didn't want to say it just because of Caster's curse too. Garlic Knots, they were the first seed. They broke the first place curse tonight. I don't think Ami has ever had the first place seed win the championship, so they were able to pull it off tonight with a 4-1 victory over Legionary in this game to cap it off with a 4-2 series victory. And wow, what a performance from both teams. Legionary going to be trouble if they keep this roster next season, looking to come back here. Garlic Knots going to probably lose some players here, as we saw. They're going to be going up to Contender. Like I said earlier in the matches tonight, watch out, Contender. You got some weapons coming into your bracket.
Yeah, definitely some weapons going into their bracket, and Garlic Knots finally get to avenge that loss in the amateur finals last year, or last season rather. They got all the way to the finals and lost a 4-2. This time they come back with a 4-2 of their own and finally get to claim their spot on the standings once again.
Yeah, and let's get into it here. Shout out all the players, but in typical fashion, we got to choose one here. Who's your MVP pick for the series?
Who else but J-Dog? Just absolutely a menace on the shooting accuracy, the goals. We saw the Doomsy dish. I don't believe we've ever seen a Doomsy dish out of amateur. It can't go anywhere but him for me.
Yeah, I just see that skill floor getting closer and closer. And one of these days, I'm just going to be in the ground because this old guy does not play at the level that is coming up here. Yeah, dude, I got to give it to J Dog too. Shout out Jayboaah Ryzor, just a solidly built team tonight. Twisted Dad got things rolling for them, and then they were able to take it and run with it. But J Dog just absolutely a menace here in the Ami tier. And I feel sorry for Ami if they had to deal with that all season.
Yeah, I feel sorry for them who had to deal with him, but he's earned his right here, and he is going to be the MVP of this finals matchup. And as we get to close it out here soon, we are going to have an interview, and it's going to be from Jayboaah.
Yeah, let's get Jay Boa in here. We'll go ahead and drag him in here. Uh Jay Boa,
Hello. What's up, man?
congratulations. How you doing, man?
Good. Real good. Feeling real
Yeah,
good.
I'm sure you guys are. I'm sure you guys are. Wow,
Yeah.
what a hectic last game. You had some crazy plays. You had people dropping out. You had a pause where you sort of felt iced a little bit. Hey, hats off to you guys being great sports and letting them get that sub in. Well
Yeah.
done. But talk us through here. There was a moment there in the series. You guys were tied up 2-2 in the series. What was going through your guys' head here? You guys have played them before. When you played them on stream, you guys went 2-2 against them. So how much of a this did this feel like a rematch, or did you feel like the stakes were higher, or what was going on?
I mean, yeah, it definitely felt higher, just because the situation. But so many times throughout the season, we would tie a series and just kind of like, man, I wish we had a chance to kind of see who actually won it, and that was one of them. So the fact that we did get a chance there on that stage, we told ourselves that we knew how we could play the entire season. We had shown that throughout the season, so keep our rotations tight, keep the communication up. And as soon as we did, things just kind of cleaned itself up there. We were down, what, 2 minutes in game four or game five. J Dog absolutely put us on his back, scoring two of the craziest goals I think I've seen. So, it's a lot of it goes to him, but we definitely just held our own. We did what we needed to do. And yeah, no, we took care of business.
Yeah, took care of business. And I've seen it a couple times this season where teams decide to swap out players no matter how the game is going. We saw Twisted Dad start out the series. What led to the decision to swap him out instead for you yourself? What really led to that?
We kind of always kind of like try to keep the team involved as much as possible. I think strategically, you know, let's say we won that first game, then we kind of have our more consistent lineup coming in that can maybe push the series further, kind of like we saw. Or even if we lost it, then we can get our consistent lineup in there and kind of pick it up again. So I think just letting that game one kind of be a little bit of a litmus test. We threw a team that I don't really think they've lost together. throughout the time that they've been a combo. So we let them do their thing. They took care of it, and yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely interesting to see you guys swap in players and always have like a different starter for the first match and then come in with a different roster. Definitely seems to play in your guys' advantage just a little
Mhm.
bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I
no,
was gonna
and that's we it. I think we just like that aspect of keeping the other team on their toes as much as possible too.
Yeah, no, for sure. You guys definitely have a solid rotation. It doesn't seem like you have a bad player on that
Mm.
team. In the last 5 games of regular season, you guys went 10-10, and we talked about Legionari coming in here going 12-8. How are those last 5 matches feeling for you guys now that you guys were in here for the playoffs?
Definitely, we went the first half of the season not losing a series. Then we tied like our first one, the first match, like it's on the second half. So we kind of once that happened, it hit us like, we are good. We are in first here. Not to say that we weren't playing our hardest, but even I think for those last couple match games, we were doing a lot more rotation just to be ready for the playoffs if something did happen. Um, so there was a little bit of that. There was a little bit of teams definitely figuring us out a little bit. So it kind of felt like as long as we didn't completely fall apart, we would be okay. And yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Congratulations.
Yeah,
Well, we're gonna let you go. Go celebrate with your team. Congratulations on the win. Enjoy the emojis.
Real quick,
yeah,
Jayboaah, before you do leave, I do have one question. How
yeah.
does it feel to officially break the first place curse?
You know, I'm a garlic knot. This team has won a couple of titles as first place from what I've been told. So um, I think if there was a curse, it was pretty new, but I'm glad to finally kill it. If anything, yeah, real nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
congratulations, man.
thanks, man. Appreciate you
Yeah.
guys.
Awesome. Enjoy the championship. Enjoy
Yep.
the emojis next to your name. We'll see you next season, maybe
Yes, sir.
probably in a different bracket, and we'll see if you guys can run it back.
All right. Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right. Awesome, guys. Hey, congratulations again to Garlic Knots and 50/50 Pizzeria knocking down that AMI championship. Shout out to Legionari and the Sovereign for putting up a incredible fight. The action's just getting started here, folks. We are jumping into finals again on Wednesday. We got Premier and Prospect Premier finals going at 9:30. It's going to be the Capybaras versus the Punks, and then the Prospect finals right after at 10:30. Teams still to be determined. We got Tanuki and the Fairies going up, or Tanuki versus the Fairies, and then the Prism Proteges versus Hawaiian Pizza. Opportunity for 50/50 to show up here again on stream going up. We got amazing players on all sides of the field here. I'm super interested in this prospect matchup. I'm going to be casting it. It's going to be fun. But you're going to be looking at Sauce Boss and Wicked coming in on Wednesday for the early slot, and then myself and Sauce Boss again rocking things here for prospect. You guys can go somewhere now, but I want to see you all back here Wednesday when we get going again. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We're going to kill it for tonight. Again, shout out 50/50 and Garlic Knots for taking that championship. We hope you guys all have a great night.